Alrighty, hello and welcome, folks, to the race. There it is. All right.
It's qualifying.
Yes, the qualifying. I was worried it was not going to show up on the screen for a moment there, but it did. And we're watching Felipe Gil right now. We hopped in a little late. These guys already have a couple time lapse in, but presumably their tires were quite cold. And it looks like a 45-second lap time, so quick around these guys.
Yeah, I think, Maris did a very good job taking pole, 45.776. Times will probably come down a little bit from there.
Wow, I have Parsons at the 45.776.
Ah, sorry.
No, I mean, I have only the times. Oh, he just went faster, so I don't know. He might have actually matched Brad there. I have only the times that happened since I came in. So.
45.709 is Maris. I may have been looking at one screen and then reading the other. So
understood.
That may have been what happened with that.
Gotcha.
Because I'm double checking the broadcast.
So ignore this board here, as Brad is in the lead. It is not Parsons, although Brad's going to try and do a faster lap, of course.
For the next 14 minutes and 23 seconds. Yeah, Brad will not be resting on his laurels until quali is done.
Not at all.
Andrew Werner had put up a pretty decent time during the practice right before it switched over to quali. And he's in the fourth spot now, 0.4 of a second behind. He may be able to make up some of that between now and the end of the session.
Now this is Werner's very first race with the VR headset. He's in Oculus Rift. So good luck.
That'll be interesting for him.
Yeah. Comes out in traffic and it's a little hard.
It'll be a little bit of a trial by fire.
That's not what he meant to do. Yeah, a little bit.
I think Paul Ricabene is also.
That's right.
In tonight.
That's right.
He's running VR tonight for the first time.
Yeah.
So I don't see him in the server though.
I don't see him either. I wonder if he's struggling if Felipe Gil goes off the track there.
He was in on the practice session. I saw a disconnect. I assumed he'd be back, but he's not back yet. So possibly hardware issues, or maybe his pit crew kicked his router.
We'll hope it's not the case. I'm gonna get Discord over here so I can.
A lot of guys pushing it, trying to get this car around this track. Lekmansky up into the 6th spot. Kevin Lekmansky is leading the driver championship by 4 points over Aaron Parsons. Aaron Parsons is currently in the 2nd spot. In the 2nd spot in the driver championship, and he's 2nd in qualifying.
Yeah.
So I know Lekmansky wants to be a little bit closer to Parsons to try to keep that point differential managed in qualifying and, of course, over the entirety of the race. So that's maybe the big story tonight in terms of the driver championship is the Parsons-Lekmansky drama.
Right. Well, Lekmansky, both of these guys actually, although Lekmansky to a bigger degree, but, they had 50 kilograms last race. Now Parsons has got 40, and Lekmansky's got 20. So it's a lot less weight, especially for Kevin. Maybe he can figure something out here, although he's still 0.3 down on Parsons' time. So
this track, I have never been fast here, and I don't exactly understand why. I think this track specifically, just some people know it just a little bit better, which over the course of 60 laps tonight, 60 laps, that's every little bit is going to make a difference. So
yeah, you're right. So we'll see how where the action takes us. We're getting a little close in qualifying. It does look a little crowded out there as we're watching Kevin Lekmansky drive around with that's Felipe Gil right on his tail. Not so much anymore. No, sorry, that's not. Who is that?
Werner. No, it's Gil.
Yep.
That's Gil.
No, there's a car right behind Lekmansky.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He just pulled off.
It's orange as well.
It is orange, yeah.
I need to turn on my driver names.
Yeah. I kept thinking it was Felipe, but it's not.
That's true. All right.
Ooh. Goodness gracious. Kevin Lekmansky really pushing it. Trying to get that last bit of time.
The other orange car, I think, is Santiago Ocampo.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, and you know who's in here is Paul Rico Bene. So he's doing his first time lap right
Finally
now.
squeaked it in. Squeaked. Is squeaked a word?
Yeah.
Squawk it in.
No, it's definitely squeak.
It sounds okay. It's like snuck, like sneak and snuck. Like
Yeah.
Squeak and squawk. Isn't that how
Oh, he's not on a fast one this time. Felipe Gill is. We'll hop on board with him. He's going through turn 3 here. Yeah, that's turn 3.
So I think Gill took the third spot just a moment ago, right? Was he in third already?
I can't tell because I don't have the fastest times on the board. Brad came out and put up the flyer and hasn't actually improved on that. So unless 45.8 is his best time, I don't
Parsons
have
is 4,000ths of a second off of pole
man.
right now. It's super close with 40 kilograms.
Well, and he's up on sector 1. Wonder if he's up by 40. Oh, he's down 1 second. Sector 2. Wow, bad luck. Oh, yeah, but picked up Ludden on the in car just as he came up on traffic really quickly. Paul Rico Bene behind Sergio Calderon. You got to get around him, Paul. He's not going to be fast enough to qualify in front of you. And John Ludden. I don't know what John Ludden's doing behind these guys. He needs to figure something out quickly.
He took third.
Ludden took third. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he took third. And in terms of the Drivers' Championship, I think statistically, Ludden still has a chance at winning the Driver Championship. If some horrible fate befalls Kevin Lekmansky and Aaron Parsons, John Ludden's in there. And so is Brad Maris.
Yeah.
Technically. So those 4 guys, if Ian Jolicoeur was here, he would also numerically have a shot at the championship, but he's not going to make it tonight. So that's what we're looking at. Lekmansky, Parsons, Ludden, Maris. These are the 4 drivers that we are really going to keep an eye on. Mostly Lekmansky and Parsons.
Yep. Awesome.
And anybody else who's having a good race and is having a battle will probably show that. Hopefully.
Correct. Who do you want to watch for a second?
I don't know. What's Joel Ekman doing?
Let's check out Joel Ekman.
He's behind Paul Ricabene
Be right back.
and Sergio Calderon. Maybe not on a flyer right now. I picked a bad one. But he's about to be on a flyer because these laps don't last very long. He's going to let Brad Maris go by. Very gentlemanly of him. Trying to find a proper gap for putting in a fast lap.
Yeah.
Joel Ekman, not always the fastest of qualifiers, but he tends to make up a lot of spots during the race. And so we'll probably see some of that tonight from Joel Ekman.
Well, Joel's always irritated that he goes, his fastest lap in the race is often better than qualifying, so. Definitely not true for everybody.
Not true for everybody. Definitely not true for me. I tend to have a hard time matching quality pace in race track. So Lekmansky's fallen back now to 7th place in the qualifying standings. And Parsons is green in the first sector.
He is, but he's been green in the first sector before, and he's got a lot of front end damage.
Yeah, that's weird. Lekmansky is right behind Parsons right now,
Slow
actually.
through sector 2.
Oddly enough. He is up. Parsons is up. So if he can pull out this final turn,
Yeah.
he may take the pole position, which is good for a point, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Fastest lap. Oh, he did not better his time. Fastest lap in the race is also
He's been
1
so
point.
close so many times. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good.
Fastest lap in the race is also worth 1 point, correct?
No,
No?
that's
Okay.
just bragging rights.
Ah. All right.
Most laps led is worth 1 point.
Okay,
and
that's
Kevin
what I was
gets
thinking. That's what I was
big
thinking.
oversteer. My goodness. I don't know if that's fast, but it looked cool.
Yeah, drift machine, Kevin Lukmansky.
Yeah, he got one spot. Yeah, he's struggling qualifying.
He's probably following Parsons, trying to figure out how he's faster.
Yeah.
So this is quite a fortuitous position to be in right now during the quality session.
Yeah.
So wanting to learn how to stay on pace or slightly faster. This is like school at this point.
Yeah, he's got just a little bit more time, enough time to figure something out.
So Gill was green in the second sector and then lost a little bit. So all of these guys are really in contention. I'd say at least Maris, Parsons, Gill, and Ludden. I think any 4 of those guys could be on pole if they could just get that one clean lap. Werner's not far off. McManski 2/10 behind, a little bit more time to make up. But we'll see. I think Brad's had pole once or twice this season, so he must really get along well with these 911 Cup cars.
Oh, whoops. Talking to me, I was muted. Watching these guys is crazy. Well, they run so ragged in the car. And
Yeah.
every time I tried to do that, the car would punish me. And so I thought you couldn't do that in this car, and that's why it wasn't fun. But they make it look fun. Kevin's
Ludden
like
is possibly up.
crazy on the wheel.
We'll see what happens when he crosses the line.
He improves. He did improve there, but he
He
didn't
improved
get a
his
spot.
time.
Yep.
He didn't get a spot. That last turn, I think that's where I lose a lot of time. Is in that last turn, just not knowing exactly how hard to push it without washing out wide, you know?
Yeah. Wow, these cars are so loose. Still following Parsons around.
Like Mansky was green in the first 2 sectors and then lost a half a second at that last turn, I guess.
Yeah, he's matched Parsons in sector 1. They're all really fast through that right-hander. It's weird listening to him go through there.
Parsons is green. Going through the last turn. Maybe I should turn on my performance delta. Oh, and he lets it go. Guess he didn't. Wasn't able to get it together.
Yeah. I don't think performance delta works for other cars.
No?
If I remember right.
I thought Brad had it on one night during the broadcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was looking at. I've always counted on the sector times.
Yep.
I'm going to pull it up and see what it says.
Yeah, mine doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah, I don't think you have that.
That level of
Oh,
information.
you know what? It's giving me a delta. For like
And you're not
Mansky.
driving.
I'm not driving. It's not giving me colors.
Yep, there we go.
Wow, that's impressive. I that must be new because I didn't really think you had that kind of information. Well, that's fantastic. Wow. All right, John Ludden. All right, Ludden, get to work.
That may take away some of the drama, though, of not knowing until they cross the start finish. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Gives us
Seeing
less
in
to
real
talk
time,
about.
it does give us less to talk about, but you can't see. And I'm wondering what it's a Delta 2 because like Mansky's about to match his time here.
Well, Maris is up.
Yeah, it's Delta to their fastest lap.
I imagine it would have to be. I mean, it could be anything, I guess. But anyhow.
Well, you can see as you're in the car looking at the performance delta, it is neat to see things that happen, and then immediately you see that number drop. And even the drivers aren't watching it that closely. You know, they'll know it happened.
They can't.
Yeah. And every time these guys get a little bit oversteer, that number goes up. That number goes red anyway. We're all really, really close to that lap time.
I think it might be safe to call it now, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry. Brad just finished his lap.
He's possibly going to pull something in here. I think that everyone's in the pits. Yep, that's it.
What he's done.
So,
okay.
Maris put in a super fast lap at the beginning of qualifying, and it stuck.
Yep.
So it's pretty rare that the fast lap lasts for more than 12 minutes.
Yeah, was that his? I think that was his like first or second timed lap. That was extremely early.
That's pretty early.
Oh.
So, good job, Brad Maris.
Although, how many laps did they do? It's not showing me.
20. I see a 22 for Houston.
Yeah, so a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
So they could have actually. They probably did a couple before we got properly set up, and I was watching.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Okay.
they did. But they were warming up.
Yeah, I assume that first lap was not the 45.7. All right, they're on the grid.
So, the top 4 guys in the driver championship are 1, 2, 3, and 5 on the grid tonight. Felipe Gil has been doing a pretty good job all season, and he's in the 4th spot. I think if he continues to stick around here at the NAGP, he'll probably do very well in the coming seasons.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. He's certainly seems quick, and for the most part, race these guys pretty clean. You know what? Didn't Santiago Ocampo have a no qual?
No, I think that is he served his no qual technically last week.
Oh,
technically. So the no quals for this week are Jack Ivey.
Oh,
and,
did he start from pit lane?
Esteban Rodas.
Jack Ivey's not here, right?
No. No, he's not. He's not served his no qual since he got it.
No, I don't think he.
But
we'll see. We're counting on John to get a hold of Jack Ivey. Anyway, let's go ahead and run through the field. Hop down here and look at the cars. Brad Marys, P1. Good result for him in qualifying there, even though our scoreboard never showed him P1. He was P1 the entire time. Then that's Aaron Parsons in P2. Kevin Lekmansky will start from 3rd place. So that's a good result for him. He was really struggling for pace there early in qualifying and then finally got it. Felipe Gil, we talked about him. He's in 4th. I don't know why he's not showing up. Is he there? There he is.
yeah, he's here.
That's my keyboard skipping him, but okay.
Oh wait.
John
Yeah,
Ludden, he's in 5th. Andrew Werner will start 6th. John Houston 7th. Mark DeGraw 8th. Iggy Chordia 9th. And Kevin Miller will start 10th.
And in the 11th spot is John Wathan. 12 is Santiago Ocampo. 13th is Joel Ekman. 14th is David Rowley. 15th, Paul Ricobene. 16th, Brian Story. 17th, Gregory Myers. 18th, Alan Jacobs. 19th, Chuck Carter. And 20th, Sergio Calderon.
Yes, and that is the correct pronunciation, right? We confirmed that now.
Ricobene.
Yeah, no, exactly how you said it. You got to say it that way every time from now on.
I can't roll my R's every single
John
time.
Strawhard
Exactly.
will start 21st, excuse me, and he's the last driver. Well, these guys just revving early.
Don't waste that gas. You might need every single last drop of it.
Need the gasoline.
Yep. There's a little bit of talk in the paddock about whether or not they can go the full race without pitting. I think some guys are feeling pretty confident they can. Other guys, maybe not so much. So I assume that if you're going to win this race, you're probably not going to pit. So that's definitely something to consider. You may need, you may need to conserve just a little bit every now and then so that a pit is not in your future.
Yes, indeed.
So in the Kevin Lekmansky in third spot, right behind Aaron Parsons. That's the big story. And we just have to wait and see how that plays out. Aaron Parsons has had some pretty bad luck this season. Hopefully he has good luck tonight. He had great luck last week. So that's the battle. 10 seconds to go time.
Right, here we go. Tricky turn 1. Felipe Gill. Oh, gets a little loose there, loses some time. Kevin Lekmansky safe in third now. Oh, and somebody's coming on the inside. Who is that? John Ludden. That was Ludden.
That was Ludden. There's nothing is safe here.
No, nothing is safe.
Nothing is safe here. But generally speaking, it's looking pretty clean. Parsons got a little bit out on the dirt. Gave Lekmansky
that's a spin for Mark DeGraw, and he's all the way back. Had luck. I think he just got. I'm not sure yet if he had help there or not. No idea.
So Lekmansky is now in front of Parsons. So I'd be curious to see, because I mean they're still waiting for their tires to warm up. Brad is just driving away at this point.
He is.
He's checking out. I don't know if he's going to continue to check out. At Knockhill, if it had not been for Ian Jolicoeur,
oh, and that's Felipe Gill going wide, getting into the dirt there. He's going to lose a lot of spots. Defends the inside successfully against Santiago Ocampo. So keeps 8th, but that's a lot. That's a big loss from 3rd.
So Brad Maris does take. Brad Maris does take the top spot. He's going to take, the big chunk of points, and then all the points after that are a little bit more closely spaced. So Lekmansky doesn't have to work as hard to be in front of Parsons, or maybe one spot behind Parsons would be acceptable.
It's true.
So that makes Lekmansky's job a little bit easier in terms of the driver championship.
I think, though, that really, especially at the end of the race, Kevin Lekmansky is more about the race result than the long-term strategy, as we saw last week.
I think he does want to win the Drivers' Championship, though. He was talking about it. So I think he would enjoy winning the Drivers' Championship. And so I think ultimately his goal is staying in front of Parsons, not beating Maris.
Right. Good point. Well, he's right in front of Parsons. And he's touched a little bit.
Yeah, Parsons is not going to let him just have it. I mean, he's obviously going to fight him for it. And I think Parsons probably has the advantage going into this corner. Yep. And they both want to protect their car.
Yeah, definitely. Too early to take damage.
And, of course, Ludden wants to get his nose in there, too.
Yeah, he does. Oh, and Ludden does get his nose in there. He might get touched.
And on the grass. And
all right, get out of the grass, Ludden.
Okay. Whew. That's some close racing right there.
That is extremely close. Good cameras around here, too. Great cameras. Holy cow. Well, Kevin Lemansky's not going to want to let Parsons get any kind of gap there.
No, definitely not.
He's found a faster line there into turn 2 than he had before, Kevin Lemansky. I think he figured that out in qualifying. Something Parsons is doing that Kevin hadn't tried.
So a little further back, we do have some trains forming. It's kind of tight, you know, for even just right behind Ludden. Werner, Houston.
Yep.
And Felipe, of course, is right behind Kevin Miller, and that's a familiar spot for him. I think he spent most of Knock Hill following Kevin Miller around, and then finally did get the pass towards the end of the race.
Yeah, you know, Kevin Miller, he's a hard guy to pass, in my experience. I think I've said that before, but you're right, he did do it last week.
And it
It's
seems
a long
like the
train of cars, goodness gracious.
it seems like Lemansky is backing everyone up. At least, you know, he's the front of this train. That's kind of how trains work, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
and
maybe-
Houston, oh, goodness. Houston goes into turn 1 too fast. That's a mistake that affects him. And somebody who's losing spots now, that's Kevin Miller.
Miller. He
Went
took
off
out
track.
Miller.
Did they touch?
I think it looked. I didn't actually see.
He might have
the
bumped him in
contact,
the rear. Yeah, I didn't
but
see it
the
either.
way that
But,
Miller moved,
well, yeah,
Yeah.
and Houston was really flying into there. So it's Brands Hatch. It looks like there's so much room, and then suddenly you're off camber and turning. It's not a great combination with speed.
yeah.
Anyway, Kevin Lemansky, the conductor. Or is the conductor at the back?
No, I think the conductor's in the front of the train. So I suppose it's possible that if Parsons finished second and Lemansky finished fourth, that it would be a tie. I think it is possible that they could finish this race and have the same number of points.
Okay, if the gap is 4 points, you're correct.
Yeah. Because I think first place is 25. I think second is 20.
Yep. And then 18,
And then
16,
18,
blah, 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 blah,
16,
blah.
yeah, 14.
Down to 10.
Right. So if Brad can hold on to first place, he gets those big 25 points. If Mansky can, I don't know what happens if they have a tie. I think there's some rule probably about who got their first win or something.
I think the first tiebreaker is number of wins, but is this the last round?
Yes, this is the last round.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, last round, round 8 of the 8-round NAGP Inter-Season GT3 Cup
Wow, for some reason I thought it was a 9-round GT3
series.
Cup.
Yep, 8 rounds.
Okay,
So this is the deciding race.
yeah.
That's why I've been talking about it so much.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, that changes things. So, like, Mansky has to be 4th.
He has to be, I guess, yeah.
I mean, unless Parsons catches up to Brad, which seems unlikely. I mean, 40 kilograms is a lot of weight. He is gaining, though, isn't he? He is
I
gaining.
think they're both pretty equally matched in terms of pace at this track. It's just a matter of who's going to be nice to the car, maybe. Who's going to keep it clean for 60 laps in a row. I think Maris definitely has the potential to win here at Brands Hatch Indy. But, you know, Parsons is also fully capable of winning a race. So I have to wait and see how it plays out. For the time being, Mansky is staying in front of Ludden. But I'm not sure if that's because he's holding Ludden up or if he's legitimately faster. He does have a faster lap on the board right now. So,
yeah, I'm
what else
interested
is
in this.
going on?
I'm checking out this battle between Ludden and Mansky.
Alan Jacobs is harassing Brian Story, who's harassing David Rowley. I'm sorry, Paul Riccobanene.
Yep.
So that's a tight little pack of 3 cars happening.
Yep.
And,
Paul going from triples to the VR. It's quite a difference, I'm sure.
Yep. He's definitely not afraid to run in close quarters. He seems to be doing a pretty good job of it. There, he kind of gives a lot of space. Alan Jacobs had a little bit of better quarter entry there, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make that into a pass.
Right.
Ooh, and Chiordia taking the inside line on Brian Story. Now we have 5 cars.
Holy
Very
cow,
close
look at that.
proximity.
That's about 10 cars in close proximity.
Oh, yeah, I'm right behind him. Sorry. I was actually viewing from Brian Story's car.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's a whole pack ahead, and they're really an accordion effect going on in the middle of some of these turns. Yeah, it's really interesting. How many cameras do I have? 4? Holy cow. That's awesome. Oh, we got static camera. Should have used this at the start. Oh, well.
Ooh, and Santiago takes it off.
Oh, and that's DeGraw spinning again. Goodness gracious.
What is DeGraw doing in 17th place? Did he have a couple offs, I suppose?
I think so. Well, no, it was early in the race. He spun, I think it was on lap 1 right here, where Alan Jacobs is driving right now, and hit that wall on the inside. So, bad luck for Mark DeGraw.
Yeah, Joel Ekman is up in 7th. Making up positions just like we thought he would.
Yeah, just being consistent.
Yep. Made his way up in front of Kevin Miller, who was in, the 5th spot not very long ago.
Yeah, he did. I'm hopping back up here to Ludden, who's again closed the gap to Kevin Mansky, I think.
Parsons is keeping an eye on Brad. And we're 1/4 of the way into the race at this point.
Yep.
Just a little bit more than that. Like 15 laps out of 60 is so still lots and lots of race left to occur.
Yeah. Well, right. We just finished 15 laps. For the midfield, they're just finishing 15 laps, so they're exactly a quarter of the way through.
So their tires are finally starting to warm up.
Yeah, right.
It seems like Kevin Miller's thinking about maybe passing Joel Ekman. I guess, Kevin Miller got taken out by Ludden, and so he's probably trying to have to make up some spots that he lost from that unfortunate exchange of paint. Allen.
Jacobs and man, that's still a lot of action there. Now Greg Myers is in the mix.
Yep. It seems like Paul Riccobanene kind of got out of the front of that train, and he's starting to pull a little bit of a gap. So he's comfortably in the 9th spot. And David Rowley is now the conductor in front of Alan Jacobs and Myers and Shordia and Story and Andrew Werner
Oh,
and
that's
Mark DeGraw.
Jacobs making a move, getting past David Rowley. Excuse me.
Yeah, he seems to have made that pass happen.
Yeah.
He's kind of
Clean little move there. Good spot.
Yeah.
And Greg going for a pass on Rowley.
not quite
there though.
yet.
Yep.
Give it a lap or two. He'll probably work that out. Oh, and Kevin Miller.
Man.
I missed what happened, but
yeah, me too. But
he's getting passed by the train. Or maybe
he must have spun. He's got
tucking
10 seconds back from where he was. He must have spun.
Yep. He was harassing Ekman, and Ekman brushed his shoulder off and got caught up in it.
Yeah.
So it seems like we have 2 cars that are being lapped already.
Yep.
So lap traffic is now in play. Lap traffic is now in effect. I'd say Brad Maris has probably 4 laps or so before he is caught up to Chuck Carter.
Well, Parsons is going to catch up to Brad in 18 laps at this rate. Extremely slowly, but it will get him there.
I mean, Maris maybe.
No, I'm sorry. He was half a second faster last lap. So, no, Maris. Yeah, Parsons is half a second faster. So maybe he's closing now.
Maybe.
Ludden's also closing on Lekmansky, and Lekmansky. Let's see. I guess Carter's the next lap's car coming up. I don't wonder if that's going to play a role. Yeah, Parsons is closing. He just turned a 46.0. Brad turned a 46.4. Kevin 46.7. So mid 46s is good, but high 45s, 46.0s, that's great.
Yeah, it's pretty stupendous.
Oh, and that's somebody off the track.
That was Drothard.
Yeah, bad luck for him in this race.
These cars are hard to drive. They're hard for me to drive. I'm not a great driver, but usually. So if you're just an average driver, maybe these cars are hard. Maybe these cars are difficult. Some people really seem to take to them. Maybe it's because of whatever experience they've had. Maybe racing 911s in the past. They've really kind of got acclimated to the 911 attitude that I just don't quite have the skill set for yet.
Parsons is aggressively closing the gap.
Well, if he wants the championship cleanly and safely, he's going to have to take the top spot.
Yep. He knows that.
And if he takes the top spot, it's pretty much his, and there's not anything Lemansky can do about it. If he's relegated to second place, Lemansky can win the championship just by staying third or possibly fourth. So, I do not know Parsons' motivations. I don't think I've talked to him enough to know if he just wants to race well and win, or if he really wants to win the championships. I don't know. I'm sure he likes winning. Or maybe he's just fast and it comes naturally.
Mansky has a 2-point lead, but how far back is Brad?
Mansky has a 4-point lead in the Drivers' Championship. Brad, so Lemansky has 110, and Brad has 92. So Brad would need to win, or
a lot of people have to be in that at that point, I think, for Brad to win.
Yes. Lemansky, Parsons, and Ludden would all have to not finish the race.
Yeah. Or finish not many points.
Yes. Finish down a lot. I mean, some of these guys, they set up the car with varying amounts of weight, fuel in the tank, tire wear. Some of them sort of maybe set it up for middle of the stint. Some of them maybe set it up for the beginning of the stint. Some of them maybe set it up for the end. And that may be kind of what's happening. Maybe Brad's done most of the setup work with the car heavy, and maybe Parsons has set up his car with the, with a weight sort of at a medium amount, like half a tank. So maybe Parsons is coming into some speed.
Well,
as we're approaching the halfway point.
Brad was faster on an empty tank, but you have to wonder what adjustments he's made since qualifying for the race.
Yeah. So Maris and Parsons now approaching Santiago Ocampo. Be the next victim to the Brands Hatch lappening.
Yep, he will be, and let's see how that goes.
This could be an opportunity for Parsons to make a pass while Brad is trying to safely navigate a lapped car. I think that's how Brad got passed by Jolicoeur, although Ocampo is politely letting these guys by.
Good move.
Good job. Good job. You're not being judged.
Oh, yeah, you are.
There's no grading scale here. But thank you. That was good work.
A minus.
So now the gap to first is half a second.
Yeah, I actually haven't changed the camera from anything else because this is the battle for the lead. So
this is the battle for all the marbles.
Please stay with it as they make their way through lap traffic, because the fate of the race does not rest on what Mansky does. The fate of the race rests on what Parsons accomplishes. So
Felipe Gill has passed Ludden, so Mansky will now potentially be hounded by Felipe Gill if he makes it up to challenge for that third spot.
9 story out. Parsons is closing, and Brad had a little wobble there.
Yep.
This may be it.
He's not close enough to this corner.
Not that close, nope.
No, he's not close enough for that. But he is making up ground. I don't think drafting is going to be that noticeable here.
Right.
So
no, it never is the Brands Hatch.
No. I mean, even in these cars, there's not a lot of drafting opportunity. But just being close enough to Brad to capitalize on any small mistake is going to help. So now they're approaching John Strother, who is going to be a lapped car again, and is very politely letting these guys by. And now the next lapped car will be Mark DeGraw. Possibly.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that one's going to happen unless he's really damaged.
He's 40 seconds. He's 40 seconds off the lead car.
Yeah, he's going slow.
And he's 40 seconds off the lead car, and we're halfway through this race.
Oh, Brad made another mistake in the same place. Nearly side by side.
Yeah. So halfway through the race, I'd say anyone.
Brad is wiggling.
I think up to the 7th spot will get lapped. I think when this is all said and done, 1 through 6 will be on the lead lap.
Wow.
And that's actually pretty good, I think. I mean, for how short these laps are and how many of them they're doing.
Very short lap.
It's not that bad. So Parsons has another 28 laps to just hang out here and wait. You know, there's no point in trying to force the issue. It's just not necessary. If he can stay, planted in this spot. And that's kind of a lot of pressure to be under for 28 laps if you're Brad Maris.
Yeah, it is.
And their fastest laps are not that different. Parsons has a 45.9. Maris has a 46 flat. Literally like less than a tenth of a second difference.
Right.
So not a big difference in terms of what they're capable of. It's just who has the nerves of steel. And maybe, who's managing the attitude of the 911 better.
Yeah.
Who's going to manage the tires over the course of the next 26, 27 laps. We have a, and a bump. And a bump.
You didn't mean to do that.
No positions were exchanged. So that's totally acceptable. I doubt there will be any harsh penalties coming Parsons' way in terms of that maneuver. We have a bit of a train happening back here for the 9 through 13 positions. Ricabene has been caught by Alan Jacobs a little bit. And then there's Myers and Miller and Werner and DeGraw. And they're all back there fighting for that 9 spot.
A lot of oversteer there in turn 1. For Brad.
Yep. Ekman has been passed by Iggy Chiordia. So Iggy's running in 7th place, driving Omar's car for some reason. Houston is in 6th. Not too far from Felipe Gill, but probably not going to catch him. We'll have to wait and see. I think Felipe, as the race goes on, he tends to get faster.
Right.
And pick up some positions. Ludden is in 4th. Of course, Lemansky is 3rd. And then you have the big battle at the front. Parsons and Maris. So if things stay the way they are, Lemansky wins the championship. So it's...
Well, I'll tell you what, and Brad got the point for most led laps, so that points out the question.
Yes. I don't know if Lemansky likes Brad Maris. I'm sure he likes him well enough, but now he needs to be a really big fan.
That is true. That is true. Now,
go ahead.
But Brad and Parsons, those guys get along, right?
I think so, yes. As far as I know, yes, they both get along. I think that they're probably good buddies.
So Brad knows that if Parsons wrecks into that lapped car, and he doesn't, but if he did, and then Mansky ran into him, and then Ludden ran into him, and they all blew their engines up, and Brad finished first, he would win the championship.
He would.
But on lap 59, he'll know none of that's going to happen. Does he let Parsons by?
No.
We'll see about that.
No, I don't think Maris is going to let Parsons by.
That would be a extremely controversial move.
I think Brad Maris likes to win races.
Oh, I know he does.
I think true. Brad Maris likes to win races.
And I don't think Brad Maris likes championship bullshit either. So.
And he does not.
Yeah. Okay. Then he's probably not going to do it.
He probably had a pretty good chance at this championship if it had not been for a takeout in the first race.
Yeah.
So there's probably just a little bit of a point to prove if you're Brad Maris. You know,
yeah.
I can win this race. I could have won this championship. He should totally win it.
Yeah.
If he can, he should totally win this race.
Yep.
They're not gonna give victories. That's not the moral ethic of the racing car driver. You know, it has to be earned. Otherwise, what's the point? We all get, participation trophies. So the leaders are now approaching a train.
They are.
That is.
And I'm excited because I've been watching the leaders for a long time, and I've been really wanting to see a train. So here we go. We get to see both at the same time.
Both at the same time. We got Werner, Myers, Miller, and Jacob. And it's a tightish pack of 4 cars. The leaders now have to navigate. These guys are potentially having battles. Jacob and Miller having an actual battle, right as I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
So if these guys are fighting for positions, they're going to want to let them by, but they're also going to want to maintain their positions. So this is a potential storm of ruin.
This is among the most chaotic things as we've seen on track this season. This is quite a build-up to what's undoubtedly coming together of sorts.
Hopefully figurative, not a literal.
We will see about that. But that is Rico. Who is that on the back?
Andrew Werner.
Werner in the
I think Andrew Werner also trying VR, I think, for the first time in an actual race scenario tonight. So it'll be interesting to get his feedback afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. He is using your apps for blue flags, so we get to see how well this works. It looks like it's not that great of an app so far, Dave. What's the deal?
Well, I mean, he's.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's bad. Exactly. He's not looking to give up any time right now.
He's part of the train, and now Maris is also part of the train. So is Parsons. Parsons is maybe giving Maris a little bit of room to let him sort of navigate the hardest part of the waters.
Yep. Oh no! Big bump! Big bump! Get out of my way, says Brad. That was very abrupt.
I think he meant
a dive bomb. Yeah, he almost touched Greg. He's not afraid of that, and that's Werner taking advantage, and Parsons using that to get by Greg. Then, so then Brad's got Werner behind him, but he's only got Alan Jacobs to contend with. Alan Jacobs and Kevin Miller is some distance out to Kevin Miller, so he should be all right.
Okay. Werner is now finally letting Parsons by.
Hopefully you got the message there, yeah.
Finally.
Oh, and that was a mistake by Greg back there. He gathers it up. Had to stomp on the brakes, it looked like. All right, Brad gets by Alan Jacobs there. Parsons gets by Alan Jacobs there. And Werner's going to try and get by, but he's not going to make it there. Alan Jacobs on the inside. I think he's going to be safe from that pass. And he's not. Andrew Werner makes the pass on the outside. Yeah. So a little too cautious there by Jacobs, I guess.
Well, sometimes you just want to protect the car.
Yeah.
I can respect protecting the car. So Parsons is lost in maybe a half a second or so, trying to navigate all that traffic. But he did not touch anyone that I know of.
Right.
So Maris may have taken a little bit of body damage. Hopefully nothing that will affect his aero or top speed or anything of that nature. Kevin Miller politely letting Brad by and sort of getting stuck in a weird corner situation with Parsons. And now they have a little bit of clean air.
Yeah. Parsons now there's a bigger gap there, 1.2, 1.3 seconds. So now that we have no timing data for most of the field because they're all lapped, we can check out how their battles are going. Houston gets by Felipe Gill as Gill made a mistake there, I think. Yes, he did. Yep. Looks like Miller is going to come under fire from Andrew Werner here in a minute.
I think we've got maybe 2 laps before Ekman becomes the next blue flag.
We'll hop back up to the leaders for that.
I'll let you know what's going on.
Thanks. Right now I'm watching Greg Myers as he tries to chase down Alan Jacobs for 11th. This guy's kind of lost out in the, well, Greg not so much. Alan Jacobs and Greg Myers did seem to lose out as the lap traffic went by. Werner is now way ahead. He sort of tagged along with the lead cars for a little while.
Werner is generally a pretty fast driver, so it may be that he was being held up and waiting for an opportunity to get through the train, the pack of cars.
Now as Myers is coming up on more lap traffic and Parsons again is closing that gap.
And that one corner, that last corner, seems to be where Maris is maybe carrying a little bit too much speed into the corner, and then it's washing out a little bit wide, and he's having to collect it. And then Ekman is maybe, there he goes, pulling over a little bit more than maybe necessary, but politely letting it by.
Definitely doesn't want to interfere with that battle, and it is a battle again at this point as Parsons is actively closing that gap.
Now they're approaching Chuck Carter. In the H&R Alzen Racing 04. So now 50 laps in the books, 10 laps left. This is pretty much crunch time for Parsons and Maris.
Yeah.
Parsons he has a little bit of time left. He can wait, but he can't wait too long. Because every time they reach lap traffic is an opportunity for, ooh.
Oh, and Parsons is so much faster there, and he knows it. It's the second or third time I've seen him. He tried the outside. He's a little faster on the outside. But on the inside, that's where he ran into the back of him. And he's so much faster into that corner. There's not really a good way to get alongside at that point, I don't think, because the line is sort of in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
But if he could be, I don't know, if he could find some way to sneak a nose in there, he could really make that happen.
Yeah. He could just be on that inside line at the right time and be inside of Brad Maris alongside each other as they're going down that
right,
straight.
If they were side by side, he's got it.
Yeah, that's probably the best place to be.
He can go as fast as Brad's going while he's using half the track. So
yeah.
And, man, these laps are so fast, they're back on that spot before we're done talking about it.
It's true. Like, part of me wants to stare at these two lines and figure out why Parsons is so much faster into and through that corner entry and mid-corner phase. Maybe I can help myself in the future to not be so slow there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it, I'm sure, is just, perfect application of speed. But I think there's probably also something going on with the lines. Parsons using a little bit more inside corner.
I think that was, I don't know who, that must have been Santiago just went spinning off the track ahead of the leaders. That's an easy lap pass there.
Yeah, that was Santiago.
Oh, and Parsons got a little loose there. Gotta wonder how the rear tires are doing this late in the race.
Well, as I'm stuck to Parsons' car watching Maris, Maris is obviously working the rear end of that car around, having to catch it a lot and manage it. And from the perspective of being stuck to Parsons' car, it doesn't seem like he's wiggling the back of the car as much. Maybe his setup is slightly less oversteering.
Yep.
Ocampo is in the pits. So he's probably going in to get some damage fixed, maybe a little bit of fuel. If he's been heavy on the fuel anyway, might as well go in and take care of all of that. Mansky is solidly in the third place. Ludden is possibly capable of making a pass. But the laps are winding down.
Yep, and Parsons is coming up on it. That's Brad coming up on Iggy Chorty. Iggy lets him by on the exit of the corner there. Easier said than done. Oh, is that not Iggy? Sorry.
It was John Strother.
John Strother. 4 laps down.
But obviously, worn tires is going to be a little bit of the equation at this point. This is the full race length. We've only got 5 laps left. I don't think this track is easy on tires.
No.
So it would be at least some amount of concern for these last 5 laps. Felipe Gill is pestering John Houston for that number 5 spot. Mansky has a little bit of breathing room on Ludden, but not a lot, so he can't really make any mistakes. Andrew Werner is catching up with Kevin Miller. And Mark DeGraw wants to pass Paul Ricabene. So a few battles here at the end of the race. Just when it seemed like things were starting to slow down, it's the end of the race and things are heating up.
Joe Calderon's about to get lapped again.
Sergio not making Parsons' life easy there.
No.
Kind of got him offline a little bit. Maybe just enough to give Brad 0.9 seconds. 1 second. 2 laps. 3 laps.
Yep.
That may be enough to clinch it. Gill just a little bit off of Houston at this point. Maybe not going to push for that. Ludden still probably about the same gap to Lukmansky. I'm not sure if he's going to force the issue, but they're both dealing with lap traffic at this point constantly. They have quite a few guys to get by. And while Kevin Miller is having a bit of a scrap with Andrew Werner, these guys have to navigate that.
Oh, Brad keeps getting loose, and Parsons got 4/10 last lap. He's back up on his tail. Got a lap and a half to go.
Mansky is now directly behind Andrew Werner, who is lap traffic. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the positions have to stay where they are for Lukmansky to win. Joel Ekman doing a rejoin using the...
All right, the most desperate lap we've ever seen from Parsons here. Possibly, or maybe not.
Ekman is not giving Ludden any space, even though he's a lap down. So I'm not sure why Ekman is, I guess maybe he's trying to just putting it in there.
Oh, Parsons makes a mistake. That's it. That's it. Wow.
Well, Lukmansky still has to
Finish
in front of Ludden,
Yeah, he does.
which will probably happen. Ekman not making it easy for Ludden.
Oh.
And Lukmansky now finished in third, Parsons in second. Lukmansky should have a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, I
in the
think you're
Drivers'
right about that.
Championship.
Neither of them qualified first. Neither of them led the most laps. Clearly, Brad gets that for leading all the laps.
That's 27 points. That's 27 points in one race.
How much was? Yeah, that's true. Wait, 27?
Yeah,
Or is
well,
it
25 for first place.
25 or 24 for first?
Go. It might be 24. Yeah, it might be 24. Okay.
Might be 24, and you can get up to 26 if you get all the. Extras.
Yeah, 1 point. 1 point for the pole, and then 1 point for the most lap.
Yes, they usually get 25 because they get
Thanks.
one or the other. I think. I'm gonna have to double check on that because I don't really know. But I don't think I've ever seen 27.
That's right. No,
That
26.
sounds implausible.
26 is the max points.
Yeah. Okay.
26 is it.
So
Thank you.
anyway, let's talk to Parsons first as the winner. No, not Parsons. Excuse me. Brad is the winner of the race. We'll ask him if he's aware. Let's see. Where's my broadcasters channel? Damn it. There it is. Congratulations, Brad.
Oh yeah.
Good win there. You dominated that one.
Let's just say that I stayed in front
Yeah.
long enough until we ran out of laps.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it.
Yeah. That was intense, man. You
know-
okay? Everything all right?
Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. Look. It's no secret that Assetto Corsa and I have a love-hate relationship, and so I struggle sometimes when the tires go a bit.
Yeah.
And particularly in this car. But so I wasn't going to be forced into a mistake, and as I was going to have to do something he didn't want to do if he was going to get.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But hey, congrats to Ezza. What was it, Kevin or Ezza that came away with it for the season championship?
I think that's Kevin.
Kevin.
I think Kevin won by 2 points.
Oh man. Well, congratulations to him. Hey, congratulations to everybody who ran. Congratulations NAGP for cobbling together a season. I had a blast in this little interim season. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and Chuck Carter, the new head of operations. Hey, thanks to everybody. Thanks for having us. Thanks for watching. It was a blast.
All right. Well, thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
Thanks for the kind words. We'll send you back home, and I'm going to pull up our championship winner real quick.
Yep. Congratulate him for me, would you?
I will.
Nice.
Will do.
Rock damn bam, and now we're going to pull Kevin Lekmansky. Kevin Lekmansky.
Uh-oh.
You're in the booth.
You're in the booth. Congratulations. We believe you are the interseason champion. Brad said
so.
congratulations.
Yep.
And actually, I'm not saying that because as far as I can tell, Brad did it. So you can thank Brad later.
Yeah, I know. Brad was the only reason I won. I was watching that cap the entire race. I was keeping an eye on that. I'm like, I hope Brad wins this race because otherwise I'm screwed.
Yeah. So you'll want to watch that
wasn't-
broadcast because it was a Brad and Parsons show. It was absolutely nobody else was in the broadcast. We just watched those guys because they were battling the entire time, and it was nuts. So,
We were I was pretty close with Ludden for a good portion.
we
of the
did get
race.
that. It was early in the race. There was
Yeah.
more going on, and actually there was plenty going on while the leaders were battling. But the last half of the race, the leaders were battling, and so we didn't watch anything else. So
That was a lot of work. Ludden was really putting the pressure on for most of the race. I gained a big gap in the middle of the race. I guess the car came in just right mid-race, and then I don't know. I was too tight in the beginning, perfect in the middle, and then I don't know what happened in the end. It just got slow, and then Ludden got back up to me.
yep.
But it was not easy, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, good job though. That's 2 in a row. So what's next?
Starting to be a trend.
Yeah, you.
I don't know. I
are you
need
the
to get a
hot
good
shit now?
teammate. I got to get a good teammate. for next
Oh, I see how it is.
season.
Yeah. Well, you kind of do. So we'll discuss that behind closed doors. Any final words for? I don't know what I should ask you because you finished third and you were kind of slow. You weren't even that fast, so it wasn't even that good of a race for you. But
I kept the gap to Parsons, and once I got my speed and figured things out, I kept my gap around like 7 seconds or so. So I was there, but I couldn't gain anything. But I don't know. It was a great season. I thought. I'm gonna look around and get some opinions for the tracks we ran, see what people think, and try to switch it up a little bit because this whole season was a whole kind of experiment on many ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I thought I had a lot of fun. It seems like a lot of people had a lot of fun. You guys didn't, I know, but whatever.
No, we did. It was good because the short races are just easier to manage. Honestly, they really are. Well, great job. Your prize will not have to go to Australia as Ian anticipated, but instead will come to you. So Ian will save a couple bucks on the shipping charge there. Yeah.
I guess we'll have to find out who won the competition index. We gotta sort that out.
Yeah, I don't have in front of me, so you guys will have to work that one out on your own. Anyway, if you've joined us for the broadcast and you're still here, thanks for watching. You'll join us next season, which will definitely be after the holidays. And I can only promise so far a Monday night league, but we'll talk about that when the time comes.
Sometime in January.
So keep an eye on NAGP TV. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to know when we're coming on again. The channel nothing will be happening until then. So we're not
probably
not going to.
I wouldn't say
anything.
Definitely not.
Not definitely not, but probably not. Maybe we'll broadcast a fun race or something. But anyway, thanks again. Don't forget
NorthAmericanGP.com.
Yeah, go over there, and if you like us a lot, go over there and hit the donate button and help Chuck out as he is the new everything guy. Who keeps
the new master of footing bills.
Got to pay all the money, yeah. So go ahead and donate, and we'll see you next season.
All right, later.